God does not answer prayer of the adults, but he answers prayer of the infants. I want to make a revelation that will shock the whole world. I want to make a revelation here that will shock the whole world. My beautiful wife was here. I used my son, Ebube, to write this message. Now, I want to preach. You see, everything, when you see my daughters, my son telling me a story, I receive what you tell me that is happening. I will go in, look for quotation that suit it, and preach. That's the way I do my own. That's why all my messages are facts. It will hurt you, it will touch you, transform you, change you. Because they are facts messages. They are what? Facts messages. I don't preach nothing that's infantile. No. Two of you. You come. You come. Hurry up, my friend. John, come. Very good. Stand up. Stay here. Very good. You. Stay here, sir. Face them as their father. Give him microphone. Now. This is your son, and this is your son.
Yes, sir.
If these two sons of yours are in need, they are praying for you to answer them or for you to help them financially. Among two of them, who will you pay attention to help?
It's very difficult, but I will pay attention to the younger one.
You will pay attention to the younger one. Why? You have trained this one. He has known what is good and what is bad. He can afford to himself. He can take good care of himself. But this one is an infant. He doesn't know what is good and what is bad. You answer him until when he has grown to this size. True of us? True of us? God bless you. Now, let me give the world a shocking news. God does not answer prayer of the adults, but he answers prayer of the infants. The adult prayer are being answered with a seed. Why? Because to whom much is given, much is expected. But to the infants, he is answering them for them to grow to adulthood, to know what is good and what is bad. To the adults, God has seen you as him. He wants you to have his mentality. He wants you to be as his likeness. He has trained you up to distinguish in what is good and what is bad. Let's go to the scripture. Clap your hands and take your seats. Are you blessed? Now, in the book of Luke 12, from verse 48, he says there, to whom, he said, but he who did not know yet committed things deserving of what? Of stripes, shall be beaten with few. For everyone to whom much is given, from him much will be required. God has given to you, and he's expecting from you, adults. God does not answer the prayer of an adult, but he answered the prayer of an adult through the obedience, because he has impacted the spirit of obedience in them. In the book of Hebrews 10, verse 36, he answers the adult through the obedience. He said, for you have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may. For adults, you must obey. After you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. Every promise of God comes from the adults. Look up here. God answered the prayer of an infant. Moses cried as a baby, draw the attention of Pharaoh's daughter. The cry of Moses draw the attention of who? Pharaoh's daughter. In Exodus 2, you can read from verse 6 to 10. When he was put in the basket, his cry draw the attention. And when Pharaoh's daughter saw her, he said, go and get me a maid. The cry draw the attention. If a cry will draw the attention of a mortal man, then how much more God? Because it is true, it has been written that every child in Hebrew should be what? Should be killed. But why didn't they kill Moses? He was an infant. He doesn't know what is good or what is bad. But when Moses grew to a full age, what happened? He now committed a law by killing one, and they chased him to kill him because Pharaoh has known. He has come to an age to know what is good and what is bad. Deuteronomy 30. Deuteronomy 30 from verse 15 to 18. Deuteronomy 30, 15 to 18. He says, see, I have set before you today life and good, death and evil. In that I command you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandment, his statute, and his judgment, that you may live and multiply. And the Lord your God will bless you in the land which you go to possess. These are the law given to adults. But if your heart turns away from that, you do not hear and are drawn away and worshiping other gods and serve them. I announce to you today that you shall surely perish. You shall not prolong your days in the land which you crossed over the Jordan to go in the possession. This is the law for the adults. It has said to the adult, for every provision to give, there is always a condition attached. Prayer to an adult is like a nonsense. Prayer of an adult is like a nonsense. You can't come to a father as Mundi has trained you now as an adult. Papa, give me. He won't pay attention to you. But when you come with a gift, he will say you are doing well. You see what they say, to whom much is given, much is expected. God is expecting you. I have nurtured you from birth to this stage, and you are coming again to suck my breast. No goats ever allow a grown-up child to suck on the breast. You can hit him. You have grown. But you come with a gift. Father, I have come to return this for what you have done to me. Okay, my son. That is when he will bless. Jacob never received blessing from Isaac because he merited, but his gifts merited it. Go and prepare. I have trained you. You have grown. Go and prepare. Every prayer made for an adult is being answerable with a gift. That's why Philippians 4, 17 and 18 and 19 said it. He said, not that I seek your gift, but I seek the fruit that abound to your accounts. You saw many of you will say, why is Ritabbi in this hardship? This man is building this. I was transferring 7 million. Engineers said, it will come now. Do you know before I enter, it came. How is it working? I approach God in 1 Kings 3, from verse 3 to 13. You will see that Solomon approached God on the altar and killed 1,000 bull sacrifice. That very night, heaven opened and God asked him, Solomon, ask me, what may I do for you? God bless him beyond human expectation. In every provision, there is a condition. Nothing just happened, something listening to happen. Nobody should envy anybody anywhere and say, how is this man of God? He is not be member on Wednesday, only on Sunday. Sunday one, now we they count the offering. If you count them, you get 182, 200, 230. How millions coming out? Million is not coming out because of my father. Million is coming up because to whom much is given, much is expected. After training you in university, you come and meet me. Papa, give me food. The way you look at that child, irritatively, that child will know I'm not welcome. But a child of primary 2, just 1, Papa, school fees. Oh, money no day, but I they come, wait more, make I go get work. Because he knows, that man knows it is his responsibility. You are not the responsibility of God again. Me and you know. We are now to sow and reap. Our sowing now open doors for us. But them cry unto God. God hears them. Have you asked yourself? Sometimes you see, 2 parents with a little child of 3 months, 2 years will be in aircraft. Aircraft will collapse. Accident catch fire. All the parents will die, but the child of 2 months will come out. Have you ever seen where a little child of 3 years, 2 years, 1 year will be kept in a den of pythons, and pythons will look at them and cover them and leave them and go, but you, an adult, will come close, python will beat you. Because the God that guide the python, the children neither sleep nor slumber. He know it is his duty to guide them to the adult stage. God has guided you to an adult stage. You have known what is good and what is bad. It is left for you to know how to survive. You are a survivor now. We are a survivor now. You don't need to be told on what to do. That is why I told people the only key to your breakthrough, God is in need of that your money. He knows that is the only gap between your worshiping him and your self-interest. Why is this moving for me? I give to the house of God with ease. It comes back. So I have come to a stage, what I sow is what I reap. Galatians 6 from verse 9. 7 and 9. What I reap is what I sow. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that he will also reap. You can't reap what I sow. Are you getting it? When I say God does not answer prayer, people said Nigerian problem is not in prayer. Praying, God will not be looking at you like this. God will say, I have many billion children that are on the earth. I should nurture them to grow. And you are calling my attention. Haba. If Oluchi come attention now, and they come attention, I will rush to take notice of Oluchi's attention. Before noticing about what are you saying? If man can think such way and check all the laws of God and laws of man, you see the accountability of it. Ken, why are you complaining? If you have done well, won't you be welcomed? Abel did well and I blessed him. I monitor you guys to your adulthood. It's your time to bring home. God is a businessman. I train you, you train me. I train you, you train me. Just like the word I told you about your father and your children. Who will you head first? While your problems are still intact, you are always demandful. God. He said, what are you demandful, my son? Don't you know what to do? I have created you, I have made you. You have my mentality. You reason like me. You are fearful and wonderfully made. You are an adult, for ye are God. You are a God of your own now. Everything is all around you. Just speak the word, it shall be. Apply faith. What is those things that can build your faith? If it costs your pocket, your faith will be built. God will say, why can't you do it? And we are there. Me, I don't know. Whether the man prayer and that man prayer, what are they different? Jesus told the man, do you really want to be made whole? He said, when I'm here, and that one will come and step into the pool. Yes, my friend, take your bag and move inside the pool. You remain there, you remain. Cry today to 30 years, sir. I have checked many of my children. Before I preach message, I study them. I look at my son today with my wife in the kitchen, how he moves. He will bring spoon, he will give me, he wants to go and match. I will stand up, go and pick the fork, so that he will not match on the fork to into him. I went to their house, I saw some, what do they call it, stainless that was cut. I touched it, it was very sharp. They can't tie it. I called my daughter, the manager, give me rope. She gave me rope. I tied those hardened place so the hand will not touch there. It is my responsibility now to guide them, to nurture them, to answer their prayer. But if they have grown to a daisy, I will look at them and lose. Didn't they see nail? Didn't they know that nail will enter their leg? But when they are like this, it is your responsibility. You are no longer a baby. That is why you pray. God does not answer you, because he felt, I have said for you good and evil. You know the right thing to do. You know the right thing to do. But your selfish interest, your hardened heart, your stinginess is trying to tell him, I can't do it except you do it. The Bible said in Hebrews 10:36, until you do the law, then God will give you. Unless he said, you have to do the will of God here first. You must do his will before you receive his promise. Before you receive his promise, you must do his will. What are the will? Malachi 3 from verse 8 down to 12. You can't say, God, heal me, and you don't build your faith. It can't come. You can't say you want to be a born-again Christian without opening your heart for salvation. It can't come. You can't say, God, I need resources without obeying the law of tithing. It can't come. In the kingdoms, there are law. There are always what to do.